Alright, so this is the new project car. This is a 2002 Toyota Camry with a 3-liter V6 engine. It has its fair share of problems, and I'm going to be the first one to say that about this car. It doesn't have any engine problems besides it leaks a little bit of oil, which, so be it. Supposedly it has transmission problems, doesn't really shift right, and when I went to look at the fluid, it smelled burned, despite the fact that the fluid was flushed 2 years ago. Now for this build, I'm going to, at the very minimum, fix it. It's got problems. Tires are bald. Obviously, the two at the front are junkyard tires, so those are alright, but the actual tires that are supposed to be on this car, they're bald, so hopefully we can change that. It's the oil leaking thing, can't really do much about that. The transmission, not sure if it's actually blown or not, or it could be something else, but it looks like it's a transmission problem. So we may actually swap in a 5-speed manual, but I don't know, because Toyota only made manual transmission Camrys for the 2.4 liter 4-cylinder Camrys, not the 3-liter V6. So that's a little unfortunate. However, I'm still trying to figure out if it's possible to do, and then we can just go from there. Some other stuff, paint work is in pretty bad shape. It's got swirl marks everywhere, and touch-up paint and spray paint galore, especially on the trunk. On the trunk, it looks like it was painted by a 10-year-old. That's because it was. It was painted by 10-year-old me 5 years ago. So, congratulations. The brake pedal depresses really far, so I'm gonna have to probably replace the brake master cylinder. That's kind of the conclusion I've come to, is that it's the brake master cylinder. Again, I could be wrong, but that's the most obvious thing that it points to. The rotors are also warped, and the pads, I think they're okay, but I may still change them anyway when I get new rotors. Besides all the things I mentioned, this car is not in too bad of shape. Besides, there could be a big transmission problem with it. But we're gonna take it to a professional just to make sure that it's actually a transmission and not something else. It does have the hitch in the back, but I don't think this car is going to be doing much more towing, so we may just go ahead and just pull it off. If it's welded on, I'll just cut it off probably. I also forgot to mention the remote problem. The remote isn't the best. The alarm also likes to go off on its own sometimes. So yeah, there's that. You might be wondering what I'm gonna be doing with it, and I can say two answers here. Either I'm just gonna fix it and then give it back to my dad, or if my dad doesn't want to drive it because I put in a 5-speed manual, if that's possible, then this is gonna be a track car. Yeah, you heard me right. A track car. Now, if I'm gonna make this a track car, I'm gonna probably need to work on the engine. It does leak oil, so we may do engine internals and stuff like that. I don't know why I keep my hands in my pockets. So really hope you're excited for this build. We're gonna get started on this as soon as possible. I'll probably start with replacing the tires, possibly. That may still take a little bit to do, a little bit of convincing to say, hey, tires are a good idea. I'm not gonna be changing the rims for a while like I did on the Corolla. But that may come eventually. We'll see. Brake rotors I am going to also be replacing relatively soon. If the transmission it turns out to be the thing that's causing problems with this car, I'm also going to be replacing that, and that's going to be a big video, probably 2 videos long. Other than that, thanks for watching, and yeah, we're gonna get started with this as soon as possible, so stay tuned.